Damn. Did y'all catch the Met Gala?
What do you mean?
Yes.
Did y'all see it? Did y'all experience it? I didn't get. I wanted. Okay, so originally
I saw the pictures. I don't watch the live stream.
Originally, I wanted us to come here that Sunday after it happened and just pull up all the pictures of what everybody was wearing and just talk about it. That's originally what I wanted to do. But then that same week is whenever that abortion thing happened.
Yeah.
So then I was like, crap. Like that seems like it should take a little bit of precedent.
Oh man.
Yeah.
These women rights just really getting into the way of me talking about the Met Gala.
Yeah.
Well, and then we scrapped it. But now it doesn't seem like, well, like, why are we gonna talk about all what everybody wore?
The thing about the Met Gala is that the only thing we would have really had to say is, why can't bitches follow a theme?
That too. Okay, first of all,
that fucking part. But that's always been the case.
That's
they
it.
were not.
That's not.
They never do.
Well, for the most part,
they really don't. But
yeah, every year is a different thing.
That's the whole thing.
This one was the Gilded Age.
Yeah,
most of these themes, I would have been calling people like, what the fuck? Like, look that shit up, because I don't know what the fuck this means.
I think all of it was cool. Like,
a knight armor.
They all looked pretty and stuff. My thing was like,
who killed it the best though?
I don't know about who killed it the best, but I will say I don't
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively did amazing. But she's always been on, like, she knows what the fuck.
Baby, she's chairman. Like, what do we
She's
expect?
been knowing what the fuck to do.
Blake Lively showed up and said, y'all need to go home.
Yes.
Every year.
Really?
Every year.
Specifically the Kardashians, because the Kardashians absolutely.
Oh, what did y'all think about that Marilyn Monroe dress thing?
So I actually was about to start talking about that. I don't like the fact that she did that, and I specifically don't like the fact that the reason that I have to even talk about it is because she did that. Like,
why don't you like that she did that?
I don't like that she did that because of the fact that I was watching a bunch of videos of it afterwards, and as somebody who likes to preserve cultural artifacts, it wasn't about what Marilyn was doing at the moment, like singing "Happy Birthday" for the president and being all promiscuous and whatnot.
It was who she became.
No, it was about what that dress meant when she was wearing it. So at the moment, in that time, especially in like that era, it wasn't, you couldn't and you shouldn't have worn dresses like that ever, anywhere. So
what do you say to the argument that like she might have been exposing people to what that was?
What do you mean?
Like her wearing that dress might have been like a action call to be like, y'all need to look with this up. This is why this is what I'm doing is so iconic.
I think that would have been okay if she had said like, this is an imitation of the dress. And that's why, and this is why, and not said anything. But that's the thing. Like it
does show a lot of the power that she has.
It shows a lot of disrespect to do that because that dress itself cost a lot of money, and then also
she can't keep it. Also, she got
that's in a museum.
But they essentially, what they did was that dress in and of itself, just to get to her, had to be in a temperature controlled, regulated, humidity, everything, because it's so fragile. It's so old.
Declaration of Independence
because it's been decades.
It's so old. So it's old, and it wasn't made the best. It was made to tailor. She was sewn
into the dress.
Marilyn Monroe was sewn into that dress. So for her to just be like, I have the authority to wear what I want.
If I had to like step on it on a side, I'd probably err on like, she probably shouldn't have done it just because of the cultural meaning and significance of that. But I also don't have a horse in the race, so maybe you can convince me otherwise.
Here's the thing. I don't know that I necessarily stand specifically on like one or the other. When I heard that she was wearing it, I was like, that is fucking iconic. Like,
I thought it was so stupid. I honestly just think that
I thought
it was disrespectful because it's like, I don't think that you or anybody else, I don't even think anybody in this world has the right to disrespect culture like that. Like,
but why is that disrespectful to, like, here's the thing that I have a problem with. Because I'm not attached to American culture, obviously.
Yeah.
And I love fashion and I love like fashion history. And I agree, like, this dress was iconic because it was something that like nobody could have done like at the time. It was like, that wasn't, you weren't allowed to wear shit like that, much less in front of the president of the United States.
Right.
I understand the grandeur of that.
It was a feminist thing. Yeah.
It was a movement. It was during the movement.
I think I agree with. I think it's hard because on one side, I do kind of wish that she would have had a replica of it, because not because I think it was disrespectful, But because the dress, when it was made, it was supposed to, the reason why it was so scandalous too is because it was supposed to look like her skin. Like she was supposed to look like she was just glowing. And I wish that they would have made a dress for Kim Kardashian that replicated that. I think that would have been just... that would have been everything. I also think
that, like, on various notes, on top of the fact that she, like, what Marilyn wore, that, like, the Marilyn wearing that dress was the segue to us wearing whatever we're wearing right now, is essentially what a lot of, like, fashion historians were talking about. And then also, specifically, Marilyn said, I don't want anybody else to ever touch this dress or wear it or be seen in it, because... that's just my wishes as a person who is wearing this dress. And whenever
did she actually say that?
Yes. So like it was.
That's probably the most compelling argument.
And here's the thing: they were like, no disrespect, but like you, like the owners of the, you know what I mean? Like I feel like. Again, I don't feel like super strongly or anything, but
I believe the Maryland estate wasn't even like notified about it.
Because it's not like, it was a dress that was made for her, but like that dress belongs to a designer. You know what I mean? Like somebody designed it for her, and it was like a big thing.
That's another thing. Like if you
it wasn't on the designer, it was on an auction.
It's like the J-Lo dress, like the J-Lo Versace dress. It's like that dress, like you cannot think of that dress without thinking J-Lo, period. Like,
but it doesn't belong to J-Lo.
She owns that dress. But also like Donatella Versace can be like, I'm gonna put anyone I fucking want in this dress, and like people can be like, well, I don't like it.
It wasn't a designer who, like, this was. I was at the Ripley's Believe It or Not museum, and so.
But that's what I mean.
The thing I don't like about it is the fact that like money was the reason why she was able to disrespect.
You think it's money? I don't think it's
money. What does that mean, though?
That's the one.
Like, she was able to be like, hey, I can pay this much for y'all to give it to me.
She might have had to pay for it,
She might have had to pay, but even if she did,
even if she borrowed it, I don't think that, because there was damages done to the dress.
Well, of course there's going to be damages. She don't look the same.
Also, it's like a 40-year-old dress.
Yeah, but that's what you're not supposed to touch.
For however long.
Here's my rebuttal to that. As much as I don't like Kim Kardashian, and you know, I also think Kim Kardashian does have the cultural clout to that, to where if she went to whatever entity or whatever that is in charge of would be able to make those kinds of things happen, she could go to those people and they will listen to her, not because of her money. They will listen to her because of who she is to culture at the moment. You know what I mean?
That's also why it was such a big thing for her to wear that dress, because in the same way that people were like, well, that dress changed like American fashion, and it changed the way that women were like allowed to, like, Kim Kardashian is like now in like current American culture, whether like we like it or not, like she changed the way that like people like consume fashion, and she changed the way that women were like allowed to like present themselves in like public, whether we think it's like a good thing or not. So I think in that way, like they're close, but also I think like if anything, like if like whoever is in charge of the dress, in this case is the museum, like it is up to them to decide like to protect, not to decide, but it is up to them to protect and to like decide how much access do they want somebody to have to that dress. And if I'm Kim Kardashian and they're telling me that I'm going to have the fucking honor of wearing Marilyn Monroe's fucking dress that she's saying happy birthday Mr. President to the Met Gala when the theme is Gilded Age, I'm sorry, but I'm not saying no.